And I was thinking about that. And
I just really want to see Cruz versus Aldo. So I don't know if I want to do that fight.
yeah, I think, and the thing about the Cruz versus O'Malley fight is it's a different kind of like that's a dangerous fight for Cruz, because if Cruz loses that fight, then it's like, all right, Cruz, well, they're about to ship you out to Bellator. You better be careful. Whereas if he fights Aldo and loses to Aldo, it's like, you're two washed up old dudes. Like, it's okay. But they're not washed up. Like, I'm not calling them washed up, but you get the point.
It's kind of like with Tyron Woodley. He's been losing to everybody at the top of the division.
No, it's not like Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley needs to fucking quit UFC. He needs to stop fighting. He needs to quit. He needs to go home. He needs to get a job as the owner of a gym and make millions of dollars on big-ass gyms and training people. Actually, he doesn't need to train people because he doesn't ever need to teach combat sports again. Like,
I guess we went there a little too early. All right, we'll reel it back to Sean O'Malley. I'm with you. I don't think Cruz should go down to O'Malley yet since he's not ranked. I think Cruz should fight Aldo, and I think Kyler Phillips is a perfect matchup for Sean O'Malley.
Agreed. Dana White, make it happen.
When do you want to see that fight? Because I've actually got the perfect idea. I'd say I got the perfect idea. Sean O'Malley actually mentioned it on the Pat McAfee show. But
you talking about?
You
talking about if McGregor takes the Poirier fight, the third fight or whatever?
Yeah, that one is as of right now looking like it's going to be on July the 10th.
Yeah, that's not a bad fight. That's not a bad card to take it in. I mean, you look like the great value version of McGregor, so perfect.
The only thing that would he wants the co-main event of that card, and I can't say I blame him, because you can't make that the main event and put a title fight underneath them. That's just not right to do to your champions.
Yeah. Well,
so it would have to be a non-title fight below them. The only thing that's going to throw something into that is if he's going to be in the co-main event on a pay-per-view card, they're going to have to give him a bigger name than Kyler Phillips. No offense to Kyler Phillips, of course. He's going to get there, but he's just not at that co-main event level yet.
Okay, so who the hell do you give him?
It's got to be Dominic Cruz, or I would love to see him fight Jose Aldo. I think that would be a battle, but I don't think he should jump up to the number 5 ranked fighter in the UFC bantamweight division. So I think if Cruz really wants that fight, I think that Dana will listen and give him Dominic Cruz.
Oh, you know what? If Cody Gambit loses, I think that he gets Gambit. Even though that he's lost, he would have lost just coming off a loss in May. But that's a fight that Garbett, however you pronounce his last name.
Garbrandt.
Gambit. I like Gambit. Garbrandt. That's potential for a redemption fight. Now that's assuming that he loses to Rob Font. No, I mean that's assuming
that'd be a quick turnaround too. That's in late May.
That's still only May 22nd. So that's, I mean, you're sitting right at 2 months, a little less than 2 months. But the thing is, you're coming off a loss, and this is where I think Dana White needs to step it up. When these kids, when they lose, I think they need to have turnaround quick fights. I know that sounds weird, but
I would agree, but especially if they didn't take a whole lot of damage, I would agree with a quick turnaround. I get that. It's the mentality. The longer they sit on that loss, the worse it is, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, also keep in mind, we got the T.J. Dillashaw and Corey Sandhagen fight. I don't think he should jump up and fight either one of those yet.
No.
But that fight is coming up. The bantamweight division is so exciting right now. I don't like Sterling, but either way, the bantamweight division is so exciting.
True. All right. So I might have been harsh on this next guy.
Okay. If you say so.
I might have been slightly harsh on him. Woodley, great fighter, would kick my ass. However, my man, my dude, please think about like yourself and your family, and your legacy. Please, dude.
It's coming from a place because I know you're actually a Woodley fan. You like Woodley.
Yeah.
So when you said that earlier, I knew where it was coming from. It was coming from a place of concern for him.
Like, congratulations, dude. You tore the welterweight division apart. Yes, you beat Conduit. You beat Koscheck. Yeah, you lost to McDonald. I don't care about that. You beat Gastelum. You beat Lawler. You beat Thompson. You beat Damian Maia. You beat Darren Till. Dude, you did it. You burned through that class like it was nothing. Unfortunately, you ran into not a brick wall. You ran into like a dam, like an actual dam in Kamaru Usman. So I'm sorry you did. You had a couple fights get canceled. I'm really glad that Lawler fight didn't happen actually, because I didn't want, if Lawler would have beat him, that would have been worse. The Leon Edwards fight, he might have won that and it might have turned the corner, but then you got Burns, and from there it just, yeah.
You got to admit, and I actually like Vicente Luque. If you look at these 3 fights, though, that he lost coming into this Vicente Luque fight, I mean, he lost to Usman, who is starting to look like a long-time champion at welterweight. Mm-hmm. He looks really good, and he's getting better on the feet. He's starting to finish fights a little bit more. And then there's Gilbert Burns, who is, other than his loss to Usman, has looked like I thought he was going to beat Usman, and obviously Colby Covington's only loss, other than early in his career, is to, once again, Usman. Like, these are top level people.
Yeah.
And so it's no shame to lose to them.
No, it's no shame to lose to them. It's not the shame part. It's the you're looking like a battered champion at this point. And I don't like that for the guy. Like, I don't want that. I don't think that. That's what it feels like it's headed toward. But on the other hand, Vicente, he's got himself a little resume going. He's gonna have a nice little fight his next fight. So I'm excited about him. I almost think you give him Stephen Thompson again and let them go at it.
See, that's actually my favorite fighter, and I want Stephen Thompson to get a bigger fight. Yeah. I would rather him get to fight Gilbert Burns or Leon Edwards. I personally would like to see Vicente Luque maybe against Chiesa or Maia. He called out Nate Diaz.
I saw that
in the post-fight interview. I thought that would actually be really fun. I think those two would throw down.
Let him go at Nate Diaz. Screw it.
Maybe Stephen Thompson, but I just really think that fight would go the same as it previously did. I think Stephen Thompson would outclass him on the feet, and I don't think Vicente Luque is the type to try to take him, or he wouldn't be able to get him down, in my opinion.
I agreed. I think that was, I think the only reason I say that is that would have been his revenge makeup fight, but he's going to get something good. I hope he gets Diaz. I hope Dana does that for him.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I would love to see Nate Diaz come back and fight anyway. Nick Diaz is supposed to be coming back at some point too, so I don't know what division he's going to be in, but that maybe is a fight he'd be interested in also.
Brothers fight, or maybe you can get both the brothers to fight on a card.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little handicap action, a little 2-on-1. Oh, hell yeah.
I'm with you though. I think Tyron Woodley is probably at the point where he has to start thinking about his career. I'm wondering if he's got business ventures outside where he'd be okay if he stopped fighting. If not, maybe he should probably look into that. It's easy. I say it's easy, but it's easier for someone like him to monetize himself to create these streams of revenue.
Right, exactly.
Like he could do wrestling seminars. He could do signings. He could start a podcast and people would automatically start listening to it. He's a very smart guy. He's got his rap career. Yeah. He's very intelligent when he speaks. And activism, we've saw him, have some kind of, do some activism stuff when his fight with Colby. He was supporting Black Lives Matter, so maybe that's something he would want to get into more than he already is. There's so many avenues he could go to help himself financially and do other things if he wanted out of this.
Absolutely. Hey, well, all I got to say, Stipe, my man, Ngannou is here, and he is not the same as he was before. Holy shit. First of all, what a fight. Heavyweight, I'm so glad that heavyweight UFC is worth a damn. I'm so glad that it went the way it did, and it wasn't a boring fight. And I'm here to say this: Ngannou might not lose that belt for a couple years.
I kind of hope that's the way because, the heavyweight belt has changed more than any belt in the UFC.
Yeah, it changes a lot. But it's easy to get knocked out. And I say that like it's easy to get knocked out anywhere because you just got to hit somebody hard enough in the right spot. It doesn't even have to be that hard. It just has to be in the right spot. But with the heavyweights, it's every punch is in the right spot because the punch is so heavy.
You said exactly what I was thinking. That spot where you need to hit them is supersized in the heavyweight division.
Exactly.
What's great about that is with 3 losses on Ngannou's record, none of these losses are by knockout. I believe they're all decision. So people are scared to stand with him, and he has that advantage of not getting knocked out because nobody wants to get hit by him.
Derek, I want you to listen to this stat for 2 seconds. All right, are you ready for this? Okay.
I'm ready.
Stipe, left hook, 52 seconds, round 2. Okay. Roshtanik, yes, punches, 20 seconds, round 1. Dos Santos, TKO, round 1, minute 11 seconds. Velasquez, TKO, or knockout, 26 seconds, round 1. Curtis Blades, knockout, 45 seconds, round 1. His 2 losses when he lost to Stipe and to Derek Lewis were both by unanimous. Arguably, he probably didn't lose that Derek Lewis fight, but we're not going to talk about that. All right. Before that, Overeem, knockout, minute 42, first round. All right. Before that, Arlovsky, knockout, round 1, minute and 32 seconds. Anthony Hamilton, Kimura, round 1, minute and 57 seconds. All right. As a matter of fact, yes, he has never won a decision, and everything else has been TKOs, submissions, or knockouts, and they've all come within the first round, except for 3 that were in the second round.
It's scary, isn't it?
Dude is an animal. Dude is a beast. But I don't think that he's going to get knocked off anytime soon. So I don't. Good luck to anybody that wants to try to fight him.
Let me just say, the scariest thing I saw in that fight, and I think you'll probably agree, is not how hard he hit Stipe, not the fact that he knocked him out, because we've seen Stipe get knocked out before. We knew if Francis Ngannou lands clean, he's going to win this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't shock nobody. The scariest part was seeing him sprawl that takedown and spin to Stipe's back. And when I saw him do that with very good technique,
that's terrifying.
I was just like, I don't know if you can beat him.
That it's terrifying. It's actually terrifying.
There are some people in this world, and jiu-jitsu, as you know, was made for the smaller man to beat the bigger man. But when you teach someone that size technique, it almost should be illegal.
It really should. Like, he looked absolutely terrifying, man. Like, absolutely.
Now, with all that said, he sounded like the nicest, most humble person in his interviews after it. I'm so happy for him. He seems like such a nice person, and his story is amazing. So I couldn't be more happy for him. I say he looks scary, but he's outside of the ring and training. I'm sure he's one of those gentle giants, and I'm super happy for him.
Yep.
So who does he fight?
Who, Ngannou?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, to be honest with you, there's a guy out of Bellator. All right. His name's Vitaly
Nemkov.
Yes. Oh, man. I want to see him jump to the UFC. One, for 2 reasons. You know, he's a Russian kid. Guess what? He comes from Sambo. Or Sambo. I always call it Sambo. Sambo. Like, he's straight from Russia. But the dude is 22-1. All right. His only loss was to Czech Congo, and it was a decision. All right. Other than that, he's knocked out people and submitted people, just like Ngannou has. Round 1, round 1, round 1, round 1. There's one, round 3. Round 1, round 1, round 2, round 1, round 1.
So why hasn't this guy got the heavyweight belt? Doesn't Ryan Bader have it in Bellator right now?
I guess that's probably one of his